What's up guys, Retro Django here, back with another Amiga video. In today's video we are going to talk about real hardware or emulation, because I got a question, I got something we have to talk about. I have something in my mind that I have been thinking about for the last couple of 2-3 days, and I have this question and you are going to answer me on the comments down below, guys, because we have two different Amiga users today. We have the purists that just loves the real hardware, real Amiga from back in the days, and also new stuff today, but with real 030, 060 processors. Purists, okay? And the other part is emulators, people that emulates the real stuff. And now we have some mix in between also. Me personally, I love everything new for the Amiga, dash everything that works. And I'm gonna talk about everything that works in a minute, guys. So, the question is, the thing that I have been wondering so much about is actually, we have got the Vampire card. Again, I love everything new for the Amiga. So a couple of years ago, we got the Vampire V2 for the Amiga 500, 600, for the 1200, and now a standalone. Okay, but that standalone, let's drop that. Let's just talk about the Vampire for the Amigas. Okay, so some people like the Vampire, but others are bashing the Vampire as crazy because it's a CPU emulator, CPU simulator, and the CPU cycle exec hardware recreator, yeah, on FPGA module. Okay, but the thing is, everything's okay. I'm not taking sides, parts, nothing. Okay, if you love it, love it. If you hate it, hate it. It's up to you. Okay. The thing is, the fun part about all this is, we have got the Raspberry Pi upgrade for the Amiga 500 68,000 CPU socket. That's called Pi-Storm. Now, through this adapter, you can use a Raspberry Pi that emulates the CPU. So again, we have got a CPU emulator. Why does no one bash the Pi-Storm? Because at the end, it does the same thing as the Vampire does. Yeah, it's called something else. Alright, don't get me started now, okay? Hardware recreation or software emulation. It tries to do what a CPU does in an Amiga, but just faster. Okay, so let's just call everything emulation now in this video. Okay, so the Pi-Storm does the same thing as the Vampire does, but no one hates it, no one bashes the Pi-Storm. Everybody is just so happy about it. I know the price, 10, 15 euros. I have heard about, chips shortages right now. I know some of the prices are a bit higher, but if you just take that out of the equation, then, it's 10, 15 euro for parts and then a Raspberry Pi. So it's cheap. Is that the reason that the Pi-Storm doesn't get bashed? And another thing, we're getting the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What does Buffy do? You will have to take out your beautiful 68,007 megahertz CPU and you have to replace it with this Buffy that emulates the CPU, but in much greater speed. I know, okay, I know, but no one is bashing it. I mean, the Vampire is getting it's getting bashed with a hammer on its head daily. I'm reading about it on Facebook forums and stuff like that. Is it fair? I mean, is this fair? Because Buffy and Pi-Storm, does the same. So I don't feel like it's fair, okay? For me, I don't want to call myself a purist. I love to use the 7 megahertz Amiga. I love to use my Amiga 500 Plus, and with an ACA 500. That ACA 500 on the Amiga 500 Plus, it's an amazing upgrade because you can also use Amiga 1200 X-rated cards on that. So the ACA 500 Plus, nothing gets close to that one. I love that expansion. I love to use my Amiga 1200 with an 030 processor. WSD Load Gaming works amazing. I remember back then when I had my Amiga 1200, I couldn't play games like Supercast 2. It wanted to have Kickstart 1.3. I have to use Reload Kick and software emulate the Kickstart 1.3 to run it on my AGA machine. Had a lot of games with compatibility issues. All that is just fixed with WHD load and with 030 processor. I love it. It's just unbeatable, man, the 030. And still, me personally, I love to use my Warp 1260. It has got an 060 processor, revision 6. Love watching demos. It runs cycle exact perfect. Love that stuff. But I don't want to call myself a purist because next to me is a Raspberry Pi 400. Use some Amiga stuff on that, and it doesn't work. Not good enough. It works, okay, but just not good enough. I've tried to Vampire. It works, but not good enough. I've made a video about Vampire 3 years ago on my Amiga 600. Works, but not good enough. Okay, so I don't care about purist stuff. I don't care about nostalgic attachments because nostalgia for me is an Amiga 600 with 2 megabytes of chip RAM. And the Amiga 600 is my least favorite Amiga today. Okay? And back then I didn't have an 060 processor. I have no nostalgic attachments to the 060 or an 030. Okay? So it's no nostalgic love. No, I'm a purist, nothing else, blah, blah, blah. I'm not like that. The only reason, now this is just a $1,000 question, guys. The only reason I love to use the real hardware, the original hardware, compared to emulation, simulation, hardware recreation. The only reason that is, it works. It works. That's why I'm a purist. Okay? That's why I love the original hardware. It works. No headache. It just works. Okay? No compatibility issues. It works. That's important for me. I don't want to fiddle around with updates, tweaks, setups, installations, setup, all sort of stuff like that, dude. I'm not gonna mess around in Workbench or get the latest firmware from a Discord or a secret forum. No! The real hardware is just plug and play and it works. That's what I love about it, okay? As soon as the Pi-Storm is being sold as a complete finished product with an SD card fully tweaked, set up, updated, inserted in the micro SD card reader socket on that Raspberry Pi, and it's just plug and play for 100 euros, 150 euros, I don't care, okay? The only thing I want is everything set up. You just put it in your Amiga 500, turn the power on the PSU, and it boots, and it works. Then I'm gonna get it. Then I'm gonna review it on my channel. Yesterday, I watched a video by Retro Man Cave. I'm gonna link to his video. He reviewed the Amiga. He reviewed the Pi-Storm. Great review. Check out the link. Great review. Okay, you have to set some stuff up. Of course, you have to tweak it, do this, do that. Stuff I don't want to use my time on. But on Retro Man Cave's video, it's clear to see that the Pi-Storm has got a lot of potential. Okay, it can. I mean, just check out the the hard disk reading speed is 750 megabytes per second. It's just pure craziness. A lot of potential. It looks great, but it doesn't work the proper way yet. It's just not good enough. That's why you guys are asking me, where is the review? That's why I'm not reviewing it. I don't want to have nothing with it, because it's just not ready for me. And I'm looking forward to the Buffee. It looks amazing. It looks like a plug and play solution. I hope you just can plug it in and it just works and you have a lot of speed. What a great upgrade, man. I just hope that it doesn't have no compatibility issues. Everything is just programmed and it's just done. So, to round this one up, why does the Vampire get so much heat and the Pi-Storm and Buffee getting so much love? Other than prices, please write your thoughts on the comments down below and let's discuss this topic, because it's strange, guys. I feel it's strange. So I want to say thank you for watching. I wish you all a great day. I want to thank my supporters on Patreon, and I wish you all a happy Amiga day. Emulation or real hardware, I don't care. You are having fun. You do what you like to do. Have a great day out there, guys. Retro Django out.